Tonight's Zera Shimshon Shiur is in the schus of their Amelis Batayra, Yitzchak Yaakov ben Rachel, Yehuda ben Rachel, and Matisyahu ben Rachel, and continued Yeshua's for Miriam, Rivka Miriam Bas Rachel, a speedy recovery for Shalom ben Bashar, and Moshe Yehuda ben Freidel. So Havan Arfuah Shalema Bekarev. All right, I also want to take a moment to thank Torah Anytime for helping being mefitz and spreading these words of Torah. Okay, Marav Rabbi, this week's Parshas Naso, it's the Parsha of Birchas Kohanim. And in your Zera Shimshon on page Kuf Samach Gimel, the Zera Shimshon is going to give us a little bit of an understanding. We zoicha to understand the Heilige Birchas Kohanim. You were zoicha this week to have Birchas Kohanim a couple of times. If your nusach hatfila is Achenu Asfaradim, then you can have Birchas Kohanim every day. So here in the Nets Minyan and 18 Main, there's Birchas Kohanim come out every single morning. If you're Nusach Ashkenaz, if you come from Ashkenaz, so then the Birchas Kohanim are limited to being in Eretz Yisrael, and when you're Chutz La'aretz, the Ramah, we'll see, the Ramah was the one who said that that Chutz La'aretz is not kedai for Birchas Kohanim.
But you could.
No, we don't do it. No, we don't do it.
On Yom Tov, that's it.
Yom Tov, you have that madreget, you're zeicha to do it. If you're an Ashkenazi and you end up in a Sfardish minyan, and they ask you to do Birchas Kohanim, so now you have a responsibility to do it because they went and asked you to do it. But normally, a Kohen who doesn't have that minhag, you don't want to make yourself puzzle and be a Kohen, and all the other Kohanim are doing Birchas Kohanim, and you're there, and you're a Kohen, and you're not doing it. And especially if it's Amar Lahem, and they tell you to do it, then it's Zicher.
What about if they don't tell you?
You're going to Levi, you watch. What's the big deal?
What about if they don't? Is there any benefit, any reason
For him to go to a minyan?
try to go? Or?
Well, let's see right now. Let me learn in the Indian for Birchas Kohanim. Okay, Marav Rabbi Sai. The Zera Shimshon is going to open up the sugya of Birchas Kohanim with the Gemara Baba Basra. Gemara Baba Basra, Beperik Hey, Amar Rabba Bar Chana. The famous stories of Rabba Bar Chana and the Taye, which is the Arab merchant. The Gemara in Baba Basra talks about this Arab merchant who shows Rabbi Bar Chana special places, like Tov Achvilach Bavluye de Kairach. He shows them where Kairach is buried. Maybe Bezer Hashem will have a chance to see that in a few weeks. This Gemara that we're quoting now says the Gemara, let me show you Heicha de Nashka Ara Verakia Ahadodi. I would like to show you where Shamayim va'aretz, Nashku Shamayim va'aretz. Shamayim and Aretz are kissing each other. Mokim de Nashku Shamayim va'aretz Ahadodi. Ozli, they went v'chazoi da Ovid kvi kvi. There were windows. It looked like there were windows in heaven. There were windows. Shakilti l'saltoi, says Rabbi Bar Chana, I took my basket and I placed it v'anchasei b'kavsa d'rekia. I put it in one of the cubbies. There were windows, and I took my basket. What do you usually put in your basket? Bread. It's a basket for parnasa. I was looking to get parnasa, so I put my basket in one of those cubicles, in one of the cubicles of Shemayim. And then I went to daven. Adamatzlino, when I finished davening, be'isa, I went to look for my basket, v'loi ashkechasei. I couldn't find it anymore. What a mudna story. There's Rabbi Bar Chana is told by this Arab merchant, I will show you where heaven and earth kiss, where there's a connection between heaven and earth. Let me show you where that is. No. So he finds the place and he sees there are like windows, cubicles in Shamayim. So how does the Arab know? That's part of the secret of the story of Hahutaya. The Maharal says, and we'll be doing the Maharal on this Gemara in the Maharal Shiur. The Maharal says that Hahutaya, what is a merchant? A merchant is a person who acquires things. An Arab merchant was a person who went from place to place to place, like a Bedouin, purchasing in all places. A roichel is usually a seller. A roichel is a seller. A tai is a fellow who's acquiring. Says the Maharal that the Arab merchant that the Gemara is referencing means the seichel of the person. A person that's acquiring knowledge. That's the way he explains what the pshat is. All of the Heilige Mefarshim, the Vilna Gaon has his own mahalach, and it was made famous by Rabbi Feldman, who translated all those Gemaras, I believe. That's the Hahutaye, correct. So those are the stories of Rabbi Chana. Maharal has his mahalach in the sugya. We're learning tonight the Zera Shimshon's connection from this to Birchas Kaihanim specifically. That's why the Zera Shimshon mentions it here. Anyway, so this Arab refers to the koyach haseichel. It's the koyach reseichel which has the koyach to acquire things, meaning acquiring knowledge. So he puts. Rabbi Chana puts the basket in one of these cubicles, goes to daven, and then when he comes back, it's not there. He's astounded. Amri, Ika gan v'hocha. Somebody stole my basket. Are there ganovim? Are there ganovim in Shamayim? What's going on? Amalei. So the Taya said, Ha gilgelos gilgelo derekiyahu. It's the wheel in heaven. The hoder noter ad lamacha ki ashti hashta umishkachaslo. Stick around till tomorrow, as everything goes in a cycle. You'll get back tomorrow. You'll see it. It'll come back. Zeh ma shekatuv b'Gemara. That's what it says. What's he referring to? Was tutzachda? The Zera Shimshon says, Guzma zu raimezes shaper inyan birchas kaihanim. In my opinion, says the Zera Shimshon, his siyata deshmai is to say that the story of Ahutaya, Mokum de Nashka Shmai of Aretz Adadi is referencing birchas kaihanim. How so? The Isa b'Shulchan Aruch, and this is a quote from the Lashon of the Shulchan Aruch. Kishay kahanim mevarchim esa'am. When the Kehanim would bless the nation, miskavim lasos chamisha avirim, they would make 5 spaces between their hands. Bein shtei etzba'osav l'shtei etzba'osav avir achas. Here, between the fingers, is one space. Here, between fingers and the goydol, is another space. In between the goydels, either they put it this way, or they put it this way, or they put it that way. There are different opinions. Moshe, what did your tati teach you? Like this? Right, where's the airspace? This little space in between. Different opinions. Like this. Yeah. There are different opinions of where some people go like this. There are 5 air spaces in between them. Kineged, the Yud K Vav K, and the Kutzei Shel Yud. The 5 different spaces, the 5, says the Zera Shimshon, 5 chalonot. Like the windows of heaven. What the Hahutaya, this is the secret that the Zera Shimshon is sharing with us. Zog the Zera Shimshon, let's see it inside. Uparsim kapeihem, and they spread out their hands. Kidei shi'eh toich kapeihem neged haaretz. The palm of their hand is keneged haaretz, is opposite the earth. The back part of their hand is keneged shamayim. So this part is keneged heaven, this part is opposite earth, and this hand becomes mokoim denashku shmai v'aretz hahadadi. It's the meeting point of heaven and earth. The yadayim, says the Zera Shimshon Sigezund, the yadayim of the kohen who's benching birchas kohanim becomes the place of chibur where heaven and earth meet on their hands. Therefore, says the Zera Shimshon, this is the secret to the spaces that the kohen has to create in between his hands. Domeh, similar to what Rabbi Bar Chana saw when he saw the place of heaven and earth where they correlated. What did he see? He saw arubos, windows. You know what the windows are there for? Says the Maral, they're like an oitzer. It's like a warehouse. It's meant to take heavenly things, the blessings, the hashpahs, and give it to the earth. When you see the mokim of shamayim va'aretz, the nashku ahadodi, where they're connected to each other, that's where you have a schus to see the windows of shamayim that are mashpia, that are there, because indeed, what is the purpose of shamayim? The purpose of Shemayim is to be mashpia, to bring life to this earth. Says the Maral, the purpose of Shemayim, Hashem created an Aretz, but the Aretz needs to be sustained. The Aretz needs, you need the water, you need the sunlight, you need to be able to have the things in this world grow. The purpose of Shemayim is lahashpia, is to give shefa, to give, to influence, and to give life to the Aretz. So in Mokoim denashku shmayim v'aretz ha'adadi, those windows represent where and how the heaven is serving the earth. Let's go weiter. The noida, then it is known, kisoid birchas kahanim hu godol v'ram, is great. Shebishviloi, because of the schus of Birchas Kahanim Tishra Shechina Al Yisrael. The Shechina connects to us. T'chsev, like it says, V'somu Shmi Al B'nei Yisrael V'ani Aberchem V'oretz Meleya Kvoid Hashem. Through the name of Hashem being placed on Klal Yisrael, so then the honor of Hashem fills the world. Zeh mikri nashke v'ari rakia ahadodi. This is the place where heaven and earth are kissing. This is the place of the connection. Where? On the hands of the kohanim. Ozi v'chazid ozi kivi kivi keloimar. These chaloinos kedarmina b'medrash al pasuk koi sevarchu. Amar Kodesh Baruch Hu, af al pi shamayt lekahanim shemevarchem eschem. Even though I said that the Kahanim should bless you, Imohem ani oimen u'mevarach eschem, I am with them. Lefichach HaKahanim Parshim Kafayim loimesh HaKadosh Baruch Hu oimed achareinu. He is behind us. V'lekachu says, Mashkiach min hachaloinos. The Eibusher is looking from the windows of heaven, so to speak, through the hands of the kohanim. Those fingers that open up like windows. The Eibusher says, I'm behind them, and it's through them I'm meitzitz minacharakim miben etzba oiseihem. These are the words of the Zera Shimshon. That's miben, right? Ben hacharakim, says the Zera Shimshon. Hey, finiv. Hey, charakim. Hey, crevices. 5 spaces. Keneged zok the Zera Shimshon arubas hashemayim. V'oidoshin and tam. Amar lahem. Amar is maloi with a lavav. Kach oisa vav v'sim oisa bekoi. V'hu kvi loshen chaloin. This is the way you're going to make the window. The emes is, we could ask, why indeed is it that the Eibishter chose to bring this bracha dafka through Kaihanim? Why is the mechanism of the bracha of Birchas Kahanim through the Kaihanim? So the Eibishter Alein gave him the bracha. What does he need the Kaihanim for? The Eibishter is not capable of giving brachas. The Chinuch in Sefer HaChinuch in this week's Parsha asks this question. Let's take a moment and see how he addresses it. Misharshe HaMitzvah, of the mitzvah of Birchas Kahanim, Shechefetz Hashem B'tuv HaGadol, the Eibishter wanted Levorech Amoi, he wanted to bless his nation. Al Yedei, through who? Misharsim, those who serve him. Hachoinim Tamid Bebeis Hashem. There, you know what Chanaya is? What's Mazah Chanaya? That's they're parked by the base of in a holy place, Bebeis Hashem. Kaihanim, their job is in the base of Mikdash. Right, a Kohen is even when there's no Beis HaMikdash, but the Kaihanim, their plats, is in a Mokem in a Beis Hashem. Need to be in a holy house, the house of Hashem. So their guf is in the right place, their machshava is connected to Hashem, the nafsham. And so the guf, the nefesh, the seichel, says the chinuch is kshur b'yira kol hayom. Ubeschusam. So when you have a heilig yid, tochul habracha aleihem, the bracha will be chal on them. V'yisborchu kol maseim, and all that they do will become gebenched. V'noyem Hashem aleihem, Hashem places this blessing upon them. Frek the bechinuch, the al tetam aleimor lu chofetz Hashem beberchosam. If the Rebbeinu Shalom wants to bench Klal Yisrael, yitzave item es abrocho vein tzorich birchas kahanim. Ich darf nicht haben kein birchas kahanim. What do I have to do with them? You want to bench us? The answer is ki kvar ikdamti locha pomim rabbis ki bekoyach hechsher ma'aseinu tochul habrocha aleinu. You want to know how to get a bracha. You have to prepare yourself. We have to prepare ourselves. Lahachshir. Mizok dibra alamo. Amen shvila bracha. You want a bracha. So you say, Baruch Shem, give me. Right? So you stretch out your hands. But there's holes in them. The bracha will pour in, and then it's going to fall out on the other side. You have to make a clay kibble. So some people are very nice. I think the minhag has to be here and here.
Of course, no.
In your heart and in your head. It's an attitude. When a person comes to the Eibishter, can I have a schnapps glass, please? When a person comes to the Eibishter and he says, give me a bracha. Sure. Okay. So Yitzi, Yashakayach. This is what I do. Here, Eibishter, here's my, here, give it on.
You want a big cup?
Yeah, give me a big cup, right? So good. Now you get a little bit bigger bracha, yeah? No, you take a ganze shissel, right? You know, forget about the hat, right? You take as much as you can. The bigger the clay kibble, the bigger the bracha. Says the chinuch. Hechsher ma'aseinu tochel habracha aleinu. The ki yodoi, the Rabbeinu Shalom Baruch Hu, petucha lekol shoyel. The Eibishter's kol yochel. He's able to give whatever. When a person is muchsher lekabel the toiv, you need heilige mention to bring down the bracha in this world. The Eibishter wants us, my sein bracha banu v'roches nizka betuvay, his ironu v'tziva lohachin ma'aseinu, to prepare ourselves. V'lahachshir gufeinu v'mitzvaysav, our body should be royu for a mitzvah. V'yaseinu ru'uyim ala toiv. V'gam tzivonu betuv ha'gadol levakesh umenu ha'bracha. We should ask the Mesharsim to give us the bracha. So when you ask for something, the freikst, kriksta, you ask, you get. Ata lo shoel? Lo shalta. You didn't ask. Oh, but Rabbi said it's much tiefer. It's much tiefer. Rabbeinu B'chayai says, hafl of a fellow dekapshat in Birchas Kahanim. Hafl of a fellow. How does Birchas Kahanim work? How is the Steiger? Was tut man Birchas Kahanim? Steht in the Torah, Koi Savarchu es B'nai Yisrael, Amor Lahem. Say to them, Amor Lahem. Zog Rabbeinu B'chayei. Amor Lahem, Shliach Tzibur. Who says Birchas Kehanim first? The Shliach Tzibur. The Shliach Tzibur says the words of Birchas Kehanim to the Kohen. Steht in Rabbeinu B'chayei a große Soid. You think that the bracha of Birchas Kehanim fangt on starts from the Kohen? You're wrong. It starts from the Shliach Tzibur. The Kohanim are giving a bracha that they themselves have already been mikabel from Klal Yisrael. Favos, because the Shliach of Klal Yisrael, the Shliach Tzibur, is already benching them. So that it's a bracha hamishuleshes. Normally, bracha mishuleshes is a bracha of Yivarechecha, Yo'er, and Yisa. 3 different brachas. Says Rabbeinu B'chayei, it's also mishuleshes, means the Baal Tfilah, the Shliach, gives it to the Kohanim. The Kohanim then give it to Klal Yisrael. And the Mela, the Rabbeinu Shalom, benches us all. So it's a process that's mishtalshal. And listen to the lashon of Rabbeinu B'chayei. Zog Rabbeinu B'chayei. Emor Molei means that it's a groisa amira. Shliach Tzibur. Tzorech loimer birchas Kohanim lekohanim hanoisim kapeim. V'lahakos amila b'mila. V'heim oinim. Ma uma shashatz mikra shloisha posim lekoyin hanoisim kap of mila b'mila. The fact, you normally think it's to tell the Kohanim what to say. Do me a favor. The Kohanim don't know Birchas Kohanim. They're saying it every day. Especially in Eretz Yisrael. Says V'chein Asvadim. Nein! Zog Rabbeinu B'chayei es asach tifer. It's a lot deeper than that. Actually, the Shliach Tzibur is benching the Kohanim. He's empowering them with the koyach of Klal Yisrael. It's not his bracha. He's not mitzvah b'kedushasei shel Aharon, but he is creating the kli so there will be a reciprocity that Klal Yisrael will get that kli back. Listen to his lashon. V'tuchal lehaven malosei v'koichai ki kein dugmosei shel koyin lamala shu mizborach umekabel bracha me'etzem harachmim ha'elyonim umevorach l'knesses Yisrael. How does the koyin have the power to be the bencher of Klal Yisrael? So where do the Kohanim get that koyach from? The Torah says they're empowered. Where are they empowered? Because it says the Eibishter gives it to them. There's a dogma in this world of how the Kohanim are empowered. You know how? The Shliach Tzibur says to the Kohanim, Yivarechecha, I'm giving you the bracha of Yivarechecha, give it to Klal Yisrael. Yishmerecha, Kohanim, I'm giving you the bracha of Yishmerecha. Share it with Klal Yisrael. It's the greatest act of forgiving. It's the Kohanim receiving and sharing. So they make the bracha, they turn around. What the Kohanim are doing are they're starting as being mekablim and they're being mashpia. Ki yadua, when a woman is mekabel, and then she gets pregnant, so she becomes the source of life for that baby that she was mekabel. She's mekabel umashpia. Zog Rabbeinu B'chayei, the Kohanim who hear the Shliach Tzibur, who represents Klal Yisrael. He's not an Adam Proti. He has the Kedusha of Klal Yisrael because he's Klal Yisrael's representative. He's not an Ish Proti. He's benching the Kohanim and empowering them to give Birchas Kohanim. So it's a bracha hamishuleshes. The Kohanim are getting and then they're giving, and the Eibishter sees how the Kahanim are getting and giving, and at that time, then comes the Eibishter and he gives the seal of approval, he benches all of us. Sogt Rabbeinu B'chayei weiter. כי כן דוגמה של כהן למעלה, שהוא מזבורך ומקבל הברוכה מעצם הרחם העליונים, ומבורך לכנסת ישראל. וזהו סוד, but Rabbi saying is al koil kohen hamevarech, or kohen who gives a bracha is mizbarach. Normally you learn kol kohen hamevarech. If you give a bracha, then afterwards, if a kohen does his job, then afterwards, says Rabbeinu B'chai zelo apshat, zelo apshat, kol kohen hamevarech. A kohen who gives him a bracha was misbarach already beforehand. He was empowered. When was the moment of the empowerment? If you're a shliach tzibur and you're reading the bracha of Birchas Kohanim, your role is great because you're activating the bracha by the Kohanim. Du zogst zu the Kohen, yivarechecha. Ata mevarech et ha-Kohen. You're benching the Kohen, and then the Kohen turns around with his kedusha and benches ganze tzibur and benches Klal Yisrael. The Kain bracha, 1 second, ha-mishuleshes. Mishliach tzibur hama'atif betalis levono. The shliach tzibur who takes the bracha, there's a rum geringelt mitten talis, mitten weißen talis, and he gives it lekoyen. Umakoyen liyisrael. So we have a shalsheles of bracha that's coming kaviyachol from a koyach way above the shliach. What's a shliach tzibur? He's a man who's empowered by the tzibur.
He's a messenger.
He's more than a messenger.
Who went that far? How come he's whispering when he says it?
Who says he should whisper?
I hear all the time.
How was it over the
breath
halacha?
they do it. Why?
But that's always learning, David.
I didn't imagine.
The kohen has to be koil ram. The kohen.
I agree.
It has to be.
I barely hear it.
No, you don't have to hear it. The kohen has to hear it. Who are you talking about? Who's whispering?
The
The shliach
says it very low. Very low.
Who's the shliach tzibur benching? The kohen.
Why does he whisper?
He should say, as the kohanim have to hear. If the kohanim can hear, because his bracha is to them. But maybe will be dan lekav schus. He doesn't want to be too loud because the kohanim have to be bekoil rum. They have to be even louder than him. So we're down lekav. But avada, the kohen is benching the klal. Nocher shen given. He is siphoning the bracha that's coming be'etzem from the tzibur. So it's a rebound. It's coming from the tzibur where the Shliach Tzibur himself is a yochid who represents a lot because he's not one person, he's an empowered person. So Erez Amensh full of bracha because he's empowered. That, people are reluctant to be Shliach Tzibur. But they don't understand being a Shliach Tzibur empowers you tremendously. You have the koyach to zayin a Shliach Tzibur. The Shliach Tzibur is mevarach the koyin. The Kohanim were saying the bracha. And in turn, the Kohanim with their Kedusha, who goes back and is Mevarach Klal Yisrael. So it comes out, and then the Rabbi Shalom sees this connection. That's the unity of the Ahava. Dugma of Nashku Shamayim V'Oretz Ahadodi. Let's finish off the Zera Shimshon.
The fact that a kohen is actually the shliach tzibur?
No, not because a kohen who's a shliach tzibur, he has to duchen as well.
Right. Meaning to say is...
Here's what happens when you have a kohen who's a shliach tzibur, so someone else says it. This again, you have an empowered person for the tzibur is saying it. So it says, let's just finish off the Zera Shimshon Rabbi Say. So this is this Gemara of Mokem Damashkin Ashker Shnaim Baretz Adadi, where the earth and the heaven connect to each other. This is the Soid, says the Heilige Zera Shimshon of Birchas Kohanim. On the hands of the Kohanim, heaven and earth are being united. The Hashpa, the Mashpia, and the Mekabel. Shakalti Hasalte, I took my basket, I put it into one of those windows. Shakalti Bedaiti, which means, according to the Zera Shimshon, I was shoika, which means I calculated. All the things I need for my mizonis. V'inachtisham koloimer. Hispalalti, I placed my basket in heaven, in those windows, says I davened, Lifnei Hashem, al mizonosai, k'mayat tfilas hamiyuchodas leis rotzon hazeh, those prayers that a person makes at the time when he needs the parnasa. V'ikazos hatfila be'eis, smichas shemesayma kahanim, sim shalom. The bracha is chal when the kohen says shalom. And that's when all the brachas are chal, when there's Zudu Sholem. Umiyad, siyamti tfilosi, I wanted to see, im hoyso oid shama shchina v'lo ashkachasei. Like it says that the shchina jumps from place to place. Mekapetz doime doidi letzvi, matzvi makev amokem lamokem, umegeder legeder, umeilon leilon, kacha kodesh baruch hu medalek mekapetz mekenesazu lekenesazu. Kadei kol kach la kadei levarach es Yisrael. So says the Zera Shimshon, I looked after the brach of Sim Shalom to see if the Shekhinah is there. I don't see it there anymore. He went to the next shul. Omri lei. So I was worried. Ika gan ve'hacha shema yesh avoyne shegarim silak Shekhinah. Did we do something wrong? So he said, no. Gilgola derakiu. Kach darkai tomidli as doilig v'koifetz. Wait till tomorrow and he'll come back. There'll be another Birchas Kohanim and you'll get it again. The pshat in this is, and let's finish with this, the pshat in this is, Noisein lechem lechol bosar ki la'olam chazdoi. The Eibishter, I know you and I would say, Eibishter, give me one fat check of 10 million, I'm good for the year. I'm good for the year. Give me biknak. Lo mechabim. Give it to me. Shefa, broche. You want 5. You know what the Eibishter says? Man was, kama tatzich hayom. What do you need for today?
Tomorrow's a new day.
Tomorrow's a new day. Eat it up. Tomorrow's, but I need for my bank account. You don't need a bank account. You don't need it. You know why? Because the Eibishter says, if I give you a lot, they're not going to need me anymore. You can say, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. No, you're not good. He wants to be in your life. So he gives you enough for that day. Tomorrow, next day, that's the way it was with the man for 40 years in the desert. Don't you dare leave anything over because it's going to get vetimic. It's going to get wormy. No, the Rebbeinu Shalom is noisein lechem l'chol basar. He wants to be involved in our life. Why not? He loves us. He wants to be part of our life. So therefore, Birchas Kohanim is today. I'm here today, says the Eibishter. I'm gone. I'll see you again tomorrow for Birchas Kohanim Nachamo. The kach hi haderech. The Rebbeinu Shalom is there to be mashpia. The more a kli we make for ourselves, the more we're zoicha for the shefa, brachas, and toivas. The more shalom, like the Zera Shimshon said, meant to do shalom. At that time is when the shefa and the bracha comes down. So ma'ala zoicha zayin to alle brachas. To the brachas it says in the Svarim, he brings it down the Balaturim, Yivarechecha is keneged Avram, Yoer is keneged Yitzchok, Yisro, like by Yisro Yaakov is Ragov, is keneged Yaakov. It's the brachas. Koi Savarchu, says the Balaturim, it says 25 times in the Torah, Shalom. It says 25 times in the Torah, bracha, the word bracha. Koi, all 25 shaloms and brachas that are in the Torah is in this bracha of Birchas Kohanim. All the brachas and all the shalom was to do in the Torah Kedosha, and I placed it in Birchas Kohanim, so you should have al brachas mit al shalom. So mezeiches and bezos Hashem b'meher b'yameinu refuas Yeshuas Mashiach tzedkeinu. Bev Chananya ben Akash Shem Ratzak Kodesh Baruch Hu lezakas esis.